Hey, welcome back. All right, let's continue to react to 6UpMedia's deleted live stream. Just some clips here. We're not going to listen to the whole 4.5 hours. We just got some more to do. Some interesting clips that I have selected. So let's go.
All right. That's how I feel. Fuck this judge and fuck you, bitch.
Oh.
How about that?
Oh.
The judge went Wild West. He did. He went Wild West on the most sacred amendment, and then Progressive Patriot. He went even further, and he said, I'm not done. I got our First Amendment violated. Let's go ahead and violate that 14th Amendment. Let me keep it real with you guys. I read this ruling probably 15 times at this point since last night. I really don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. Maybe he's under the influence. Maybe he's on gas station dope at this point. I don't fucking know. What the fuck is going on in Shelbyville, Indiana?
Okay.
For real.
Okay.
Also.
So now you're accusing this judge of what gas station what? I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, so I don't really know. I mean, hey, you know, anyone can be an addict. It doesn't discriminate, right? So, I mean, do you have any proof of that? Because that's quite an allegation to be making once again.
If we think about all the notes we got from the people that were, and I heard that Ziggy's still saying that people drove to be there. I wonder, is that what she's doing? Has she been contacting this judge and telling this judge all these things that are happening that are not happening?
You're starting to sound a little paranoid, okay? And I say that like completely, like objectively, you're starting to sound a little paranoid. Do you think Ziggy would be, I mean, I don't know, anybody. The judge said that they weren't even going to read the letters that your friend sent because it was ex parte communication. Do you think that before the hearing, the judge would be like reading notes that Ziggy would be putting on his car or phone calls to his office, like that Ziggy would be like putting little like thoughts in his ear about 6UpMedia? Like, is that what you think? Really?
Nobody drove there, Ziggy. People after they realized that it was happening, not me, because I had no idea. People went in there and watched it. I did not. I was not there. I did not see it.
What's the laugh about? What is the laugh? I don't know what this whole thing is about, like people driving there. But what is this like? I didn't see it. What's that about? Yikes.
So
okay.
Jennifer failed to appear. And I'm going to tell you guys like this, of course, it's a big issue with all judges, people who don't appear. But again, I was not served.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I was not served. Anyway, let's go back. He says, but submitted a motion to dismiss the following day, claiming lack of jurisdiction, improper venue, and failure to state a claim. That's not all I claimed in that, Judge Riggins. Do we need to go back to the motion to dismiss? Because I also brought up the Indiana anti-SLAPP case. I guess I should have put the case. You know, what do they say? The case law numbers in there for him. But I thought he was a really smart lawyer and he would know what to do.
Why wouldn't you do that though? Why wouldn't you do that? You watch court cases, don't you? Don't you read these court documents? Do you cover cases on your channel? I don't think you do. But don't you watch channels that cover cases? Don't you pull up the court documents to find like the charging documents, like what are they being accused of? You read, you know, the prosecution, the defense. Don't you read the motions? Actually, I know, wait, I'm kind of forgetting who I'm talking to here. I'm kind of forgetting because you used to steal materials off my channel and for some reason people like didn't notice or whatever. But I'm like, you realize she can't read that well, right? Why would she choose materials to show on her channel that she's unable to read? She actually skips over words in the ruling because she can't read them. Okay, so you're not reading court documents, right? I mean, I don't think that a judge would expect a pro se litigant to cite case law. But if you know that it is usually cited, and if you have an example that applies to you and your case that might, for him to look at, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It doesn't matter if he's a smart lawyer. It might show that, like, you kind of know what you're talking about. But just repeating over and over that you weren't served, he's already decided that you were. So you're going to have to come with a little more than that.
I thought he knew how to read. He missed that one. He didn't rule on that. Guess what? You had to rule of every aspect of my motion.
Yeah, he did.
Just saying.
He did.
Holy shit.
Mm.
Anyway, facts. Mm-hmm. Now, he put this as facts. Dude, facts. Did she show you that she made $15,000 a year? Did she ever show you fucking proof that she made $15,000 in a year? No. You weren't shown any proof, and that's exactly what small claims are there for. They're there to show that you owe somebody money. You didn't even get that. But these are facts. Facts. Right? He could look up all these things. He could have said, I need you to show me proof that you made this amount of money. He didn't. Nope. Like many YouTube channels, individuals are able to comment on videos that Adrian posts. The defendant, Jennifer, viewed Adrian's videos and interacted with Adrian's channel so much. Dude, are you okay? I'm seriously concerned. I seriously want to know what.
6UP, he wasn't like a fan of Ziggy. He wasn't watching along with you. Like, what do you mean? Is he okay? He's going by what Ziggy told him because you weren't there to tell the other side of the story. You didn't show up. He only has what she said to go by because you weren't there. What do you mean, is he okay? He has no other information.
This judge was thinking. I do. But we don't have to know, because he's never going to have another. I'll never have to deal with that motherfucker ever again. And thank God, because he's a fuck.
You're going to see him in 4 days. You're going to see him in 4 days. Are you still going to call him motherfucker? Are you still going to call him Judge Higgins? Are you well, just wait. What's coming up? She calls him small dick, bald motherfucker. Are you going to call him that? Would you take it back if you didn't have to pay $7,500? Probably. No, you'd probably be like, no, I'd still say it to his face, because you're not very bright, are you?
Fucking clown.
Yikes.
So I interacted so much that Jennifer became a moderator to her channel. Over time, Jennifer and Adrian had a following out, and Jennifer created. No, I had a YouTube channel before I met Ziggy, dude. See what happens when you just believe people?
You didn't upload to it, I don't think. Like, no one knew that you had a channel. It's not like you were covering anything at that time, though. Like, you had a channel, quote unquote channel, just like everyone does when they're chatting someplace. But if you had uploaded, it was probably just personal videos and stuff. But you didn't have a channel like this is, like you do now.
That's not true. I had a YouTube channel before that, so there's more lies. In the title page of 6UpMedia, it states, I do what I want. Oh, you don't like that, do you, Judge? No, small little tiny bald white men like you don't like when women do what they want, do you, motherfucker? Well, that sucks. Here I am, still doing what the fuck I want. Imagine that. Most of Jennifer's video on 6UpMedia site disparage Adrian. Yes, they do. And they, guess what, Judge? Guess what, Ziggy? They will continue to. You think that this is going to make it better for you? Really? Is that what any of you thought? And I've seen that somebody left me a comment. It was actually Sipsy Stillwater, a paying member. A paying member, maybe they were gifted, I don't know, but came in my comment section and said, you blew it. You blew it when you didn't go to court. You blew it when you did this. You blew it when you came on here the other night talking about how you have 3 brand new cars. Your ego is so out of control. Well, fuck you, bitch. Fuck that judge. And fuck you. Just fuck you. The fuck you mean I blew it? I spoke to an attorney. I was not served. And Ziggy went in there and lied. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, I never said that I own 3 new cars. I have every right to celebrate my wins. I'm sorry that loser Ziggy is sitting over there with a dog stroller and a fucking suspect husband, but none of us over here are jealous, I promise. Also, Ziggy, you're never going to get a penny of this money. I hope you know that. I really do.
That would be defying a judge's order. So that's kind of an issue. You're actively defying a judge's order. So this, I'm going to read this part of the judgment. It says, most of Jennifer's videos on the 6UpMedia site disparage Adrian and the things she does. The content of the 6UpMedia videos forms the basis of this claim. Okay? If I were you, and I'm not, and if you were halfway intelligent and didn't want to keep being you say you don't want to be in litigation with Ziggy. If you really didn't want to be, you would probably reformat your channel. It's okay to do that, It's okay to do that. With just the receipts, I did an experiment where I was watching LawTube, and one of the lawyers made a joke, and there was a panel, and one of them said, oh, can someone clip that? Because they never make jokes. And I clipped it and sent it to all the lawyers on the panel. And one of the lawyers that had 100,000 subscribers posted it on his community tab. So I got a boost, and I was like, well, let me take all this crama bullshit off my channel. And I started making Daryl Brooks videos during the trial. And for the first time on that YouTube channel, just the receipts, I started making some decent money. So I was like, the hell with all of this and all your drama and oh, God. So I reformatted the channel. It was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. So I archived this stuff over here. And then I had a reason for starting the channel that I have now. And it didn't have anything to do with money, but I had a real reason to start that channel. So you can start different channels and reformat. You don't have to stick with this. If you don't want to be in litigation with Ziggy that's ongoing, I would recommend that. Find a new topic, because the judge literally says the content of your videos is what forms the basis of Ziggy's claim. So this could continue, and you are actively saying you're going to defy the order. That would make you in contempt of court. That could mean additional fines. I mean, you're just playing with fire. But you're a sovereign citizen, I guess, so it doesn't apply to you or something. So I don't know. It seems like there's a pretty simple solution to all this. Just make another channel or change your content, really. That's all you gotta do. Are you really converting anybody from Ziggy's channel? Anyone who's a diehard Ziggy fan, are you really converting anybody? You already have turned off so many people. Anybody who does watch Ziggy and who knows about you, you've already turned them off so much. Even if they're oh, wow, Ziggy's not that great of a person, do you really think they're going to come over to your channel? I'm sure they'll find someone else to go visit.
How old is this judge? Probably about, I would say, I'm just going to approximate, probably about 55. Yeah. We're going to learn a lot more about the judge. We're going to make him YouTube famous, Tio girl. We're going to have a whole live about Judge David Higgins.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
It's going to be fun.
Yikes.
Over time,
you're going to learn a lot about the judge. You're going to do a whole YouTube live about the judge. You are just... Who do you think you are? Yeah, freedom of speech, blah, 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 blah. Of course, you can say whatever you want about anybody. You're not even getting his name right, but whatever, right? But you know what? Sometimes it's just smarter to shut the fuck up until everything's over with, until everything's done and over with. And then you can mouth off all you want. You haven't learned that by now? Sometimes it's better just to be quiet. Just for a little bit.
Jennifer and Adrian had a following out. On the title page, it says, I do what I want. Yes, it does. Most of Jennifer's video on 6UpMedia site disparage Adrian and the things she does. Yeah. The content in 6UpMedia videos forms basis of the claim. Well, that's it. You can't use my videos on YouTube as a basis for a claim. So
you don't get that. You need to go back and read that again. You're not even understanding it. You said you've read this 15 times, but you're still not understanding it. What do you mean he can't use your videos on YouTube as a basis for the claim? That is the claim. Defamation. Everything that you have said on your channel about Ziggy and apparently her daughter is the basis of this claim, which he has found you to be, yeah, you owe her some money now. Yeah.
There's that. Request. In general, one should characterize Jennifer's comments as mean-spirited, uncouth, snarky, and immature. Well, at least I'm not a bald motherfucker with a tiny dick. You know? Judge? Jennifer refers to Adrian's business and trade and calls Adrian a scammer and a grifter. Yeah. And I'm going to keep calling her a scammer and grifter. It's not going to change. I have proof that she's a scammer and a grifter. And if I ever have to stand in a courtroom, I'm made to defend myself. Guess what? Everybody in that courtroom is going to know she's a scammer and a grifter.
What's the most recent scam? Like, what's the most recent one? Because, I mean, you've gone over a few, very questionable things. But what is the most recent one? Has there been anything, like, in the past 2 years or so? Like, anything serious? Like, a serious scam? Or are you just rehashing things? Like, like, that's a real question. I really don't know. Like, is she still running, like, actual scamathons every year that you have to like uncover and investigate? Are you doing that? Or is it just like, oh, look at her up here doing tarot card readings and collecting money? Because, I mean, that's not a scam. She's doing whether you believe in it or not, she's doing a service for a fee. Now, if she's like selling nails but not mailing them, then that could be a scam. Like, has she done anything like that? Like, I truly don't know. I haven't watched her in a long time.
I have hundreds of people that are willing to testify against her.
What?
That have been victims of her.
Hundreds of victims? You have hundreds of victims, but you didn't show up for the court date to talk about that. That would have been, oh my God, 6UP. For real? Do you even hear yourself? Do you even hear yourself? Now, allegedly, and I didn't hear them because I really wasn't around, but like you have deleted so many live streams in which you basically admitted that you were aware that there was a court date. Like, if you had hundreds of people who could have come to court with you and testify on your behalf, their experience being scammed by Ziggy, wouldn't that have been the best possible proof that you were not defaming her, that your claims against her were true, therefore not defamation? Wouldn't that have been the best proof? Do you even hear yourself? You're a little late to the party. You have hundreds of witnesses that you could have had testify. Oh my God. But this is kind of always the case with you, though, isn't it? This is kind of like this also is a pattern with you. Like, oh, I can show this and I can do this and I can do that, but you never do. So, I mean, yeah, you're way late. It's already been decided. You want him to throw out the decision because you weren't served. You're still arguing that. And he won't let you appear by Zoom or by phone. He's saying you got to show up. You want to play games? You're going to show up. Are you going to say that you weren't served for that too? Oh my God. Oh, you also tried to go live the other day too. You tried to go live. What was that about? What was that? What date was that? Like what were you thinking about that? Were you gonna tell Judge Riggins off again? You gonna tell him what you really thought of him? Because you have your First Amendment right to do so? And he can go F himself, him and his bald, tiny dick? 6UP. It was June 30th. June 30th, you went live for like a second. And then you ended it. And then you scheduled one. It was late. I think it was pretty late at night. Yeah, what was up with that?
Jennifer refers to Adrian's business and trade. Oh, I read that. Jennifer has 5.71 subscribers and at least 24 followers. Do you guys notice the shade? Do you guys feel the shade from the judge? What do you think that is the problem with the judge? Do you think I'm right? Do you guys think that maybe, just maybe, he doesn't like? What do you guys think? I'm gonna wait to say my full feelings. I'm gonna keep reading.
I have no idea what she's talking about. And if I don't know, I'm pretty sure the judge doesn't know. I really don't know. I don't know if this is paranoia or what.
24 followers in at least one video. Jennifer has 143 comments, and Jennifer would interact with comments as they came in. So you are looking at my fucking channel, huh, Judge? Oh, you just told on yourself, Judge. You know that Ziggy doesn't interact with her viewers ever. She never responds to her comments. I respond to every fucking one. For over 4 years, I respond to every comment I have. I'm so glad that you see me responding as they were coming in. Also,
what? This is weird. What? Like, I don't even know what? Do you think that this judge is like your YouTube supervisor? And that he's in charge of you and Ziggy? Or like, oh yeah, Jennifer responds to all of her comments. She has 100% response rate. Ziggy, 80%. Like, what? This is bizarre. This is really bizarre. He's just like commenting on Jennifer refers to Adrian's business and trade and calls Adrian a scammer and a grifter. He mentions your subscriber account, followers, I don't know what that is. In at least one video, you had 143 comments and you would interact with the comments as they came in. He's just explaining how you conduct your channel. You have these followers, they make comments, you interact with people. And you're like, oh, you just told on yourself? You're watching my channel? What? This is really bizarre. And what do you think he's like giving you a pat on the back for interacting with your viewer? This is weird. This is really weird. I don't understand this.
I would like to ask the judge, hey, dumbass, why didn't you make her prove that this is my channel? Asking for a friend.
You should have asked for yourself when you were in the courtroom that day. Oh, but you weren't. But you weren't there. But you weren't there. That would have been the opportune time to say, hey, prove it's mine. Where does it say on here, Jennifer Lynn, in your last name? How do you prove it's my channel? And she has the burden of proof, right? She's the one suing you, but you weren't there. You weren't there. So shouldn't have to.
Anyway, during one of the clips, here's the good part. During one of the clips, Jennifer states Adrian's daughter was online worship. Ziggy, you wanted this on the record for the rest of your kid's life, you gross bitch. Your kid was online worshiping dildos and had dildo in her name. And now, because this hearing, well, we could actually be in a hearing one day. Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen, Ziggy? Well, everybody that's in that public courtroom is going to see it. Damn, that sucks for you.
Okay, I'm going to read it because she's not going to read it. It says, during one clip, Jennifer states Adrian's daughter was online worshiping dildos when she was 12. And apparently she did say this. 6UP did say this about Ziggy's daughter. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about it at all. And this is like straight up Darvo. This is like an abuser's technique, Darvo. Wow. You're doing the reverse victim and offender. Normally it would be deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. You're accusing Ziggy of doing this to her own daughter when you're the one who said it. Do you see how distorted that is? That's not normal thinking. That is distorted thinking. I don't know if you're in therapy, but I think you should be, because you have admitted to saying this and you've tried to qualify it. I've heard you were on someone else's panel. You were talking to them and they said, "What the heck is this?" And you were like, oh, it's because of, you tried explaining it. You tried giving context to it. It didn't make sense. You couldn't seem to put it together for that person. I haven't heard any explanations from anyone else that made sense. I have no idea what this is about, but it says that you said her daughter was online worshiping dildos when she was 12. I don't think the context, no matter what it is, really matters. Because you're talking about a 12-year-old girl. Now, I remember Ziggy's daughter very well, okay? Very well. I can't imagine talking about Ziggy's daughter and that object in the same breath. I can't imagine it. Just like independently talking about that like that. I don't know. I can't imagine what context that would make sense in. And you can't seem to make it make sense. And instead of saying, oh, whatever, I don't even know, you're like, oh, really, Ziggy? So you put this in your complaint and now it's going to be on public record? You made it public by putting it on YouTube. You're the one who said it. You actually just turned it around and put it on Ziggy for putting it in the filing. That is very distorted thinking. I'm going to play that back.
Here's the good part. During one of the clips, Jennifer states Adrian's daughter was online worship. Ziggy, you wanted this on the record for the rest of your kid's life, you gross bitch. Your kid was online worshiping dildos and had...
Who's the gross bitch? Who's the gross bitch? You're the one who said it. Who's the gross bitch? It is online forever because you said it. Ziggy's the gross bitch for putting it in a court filing as part of a defamation lawsuit. That to me, that context makes sense. Hey, a lot of things Ziggy has done over the years hasn't made sense to me, but in this context, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. A 12-year-old little girl, you talking about that on your YouTube channel? Yeah, that should be in a defamation lawsuit. Absolutely.
Dildo in her name. And now, because this hearing, well, we could actually be in a hearing one day. Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen, Ziggy? Well, everybody that's in that public courtroom is going to see it. Damn, that sucks for you.
It doesn't suck for her. It sucks for you. Are you that really? Wow. You don't see that? That doesn't suck for her. It definitely doesn't suck for her daughter. It sucks a whole lot for you. Everyone in the courtroom? 6UP, how many views in the video that you said it in the live stream that you said it in, how many views did that have? I don't know how many views you normally get on a live stream. Probably a couple thousand. A couple thousand people heard you say that her 12-year-old daughter does that with those objects. And you're talking about like what, 10, 20 people in a county courtroom? How embarrassing. No. You're the sick bitch.
I mean, I guess you don't care. Why would you protect your kid, right? It's not like, why start now? Huh? Then he goes on to say, despite being served, which I was not served. So it's funny. He said, despite being served, when I was not served. That's going to be an interesting thing going forward. Jennifer didn't attend the hearing and presented no evidence to rebut it. No. Also, since when do people just are? I mean, I want to be for real. If you were a judge, just say you were a judge. Doesn't even matter if you were a small claim judge and you can believe people. Would you just take their word for it? And how many times do you think that David Higgins has done this with other people, just taken their words or violated their constitutional rights, moved forward and had a trial that he shouldn't have had?
You really, I am continually surprised how somebody who continues to try to quote the Constitution of the United States of America and the amendments, and someone who claims to know something about the court system, how you really haven't even looked into small claims court and how it works, and how the burden of proof, and it's beyond the preponderance of evidence. So all Ziggy had to do is to prove that what she showed in her claim was more likely true than not. So, and that's like 51% more likely to be true than not. It's not like criminal court, which I know that you're more used to, which would have to be beyond a reasonable doubt, which has a much higher burden. So if you had been there to present any of your evidence and to cross-examine her, maybe it would have fallen below that 51%, but you weren't there. So you really should look into small claims court, civil court, and see how it actually works. You really are talking like you have no idea how things are done. And this is across the board in small claims court in the United States. The judge hasn't done anything wrong here. You didn't show up. And you have a history of not showing up. And as Ziggy mentioned, I watched one of her live streams from March, I believe, that you also have an open case in Indiana that you haven't paid. I'm going to look into that. So if that's the case, if that's true, then you also have a track record of walking out on responsibilities, even though you have court orders. If it's the case, I haven't looked into it yet. She mentioned it, and I was searching for your name is so generic. There's so many of your first and last name. But I did see something like what she mentioned, so I'm going to go back and look. But it sounds like there's a track record here. So it's not like, oh my gosh, she's so reliable. I can't believe she's not here. She said she was going to be here. She knew. I mean, come on. And they probably allowed extra time for you to show up and everything. But if you didn't, they're not going to be like, oh, well, I guess we should reschedule it because she's not here. That's not how court works. I mean, you've been sued before. You should know kind of how things work, how it goes.
How many times do you guys think that happened? How many times do you think we're going to find out that it happened going forward? Because I'm pulling his whole jacket. Everything's coming out. Anything. We're going to know everything about him now. What do you guys think? So he says, despite being served, Jennifer filed various motions after the hearing. I filed one motion. It was called a motion to dismiss. Now, inside of that motion were, and you did not respond to them all. So here you are saying that they were filed, but you didn't respond. That's interesting too. You're really fucking bad at this for somebody that went to law school for all these years to learn the law.
He did respond to all of your points, none of which included anti-slap language, like you say. So I would just like to talk a little bit about Judge Riggins, not Higgins. So he was raised actually in Shelby County, so he knows the area. He graduated from Triton Central High School. Following high school, he graduated from Butler University and from Indiana University School of Law at Indianapolis. And following law school, Judge Riggins continued his study of law in a judicial clerkship under this late federal judge Alan Sharp in South Bend, Indiana. After his judicial clerkship, he returned to Shelby County and began a general private practice representing clients in criminal, civil, estate, and family law matters. During his private practice, he was recruited and hired as a deputy prosecutor in 1996. He remained a deputy prosecutor until he was appointed to the bench by Governor Daniels at the end of 2010. He was elected in 2014 and again in 2020. Commission and oath of office. Okay. His current term expires in 2027, which you're going to find out in just a moment from one of your followers. You're calling them renegades now, not mafia members. That's interesting. He resides with his wife and family. I'm sure you've found that out by doing an extensive search on him already, in Shelby County, where he remains active in the community by attending and officiating various sports and by being a volunteer firefighter and EMT at his local fire department. So Judge Riggins didn't just go to law school and then become a judge. He's done this a few more times than you have.
Just got here and attempting to process and understand all of this. Well, I have a lot better understanding today. I will tell you that, MJim, and I will tell you guys that tomorrow you're going to get an even better understanding. But I do have to say that until Ziggy and the court are served, I cannot share with you what's going on until it's done. Then when it's done, I'll continue to be transparent and share every single thing that I have filed. I will be staying pro se. The only thing that I've thought about that I could possibly in the future need help with is transcripts, audio, FOIAs, things like that they may charge me, which I'm trying right now to get waivers because I don't have a lot of income. So working on that. And, me even sharing that puts me in a vulnerable position with Ziggy. But again, Ziggy's not going to keep doing this. It's just not going to happen. It's just not.
Okay, but the only thing that you're going to court for on Tuesday coming up is to discuss your motion to set aside because you say that you weren't served. You're not going to need transcripts. You're not going to need the only basis of your argument on Tuesday is that you weren't served. So you don't need all that right now. If you're going to file a lawsuit against Ziggy, then sure, you're going to need all that stuff.
There is no proof that I was served, Curious. There isn't. There was something filed in the court that said that she applied or whatever, I guess, to have me served by email, but I didn't know about that until the day after the hearing. And you can't do that. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to be quiet because I'm going to give myself away with that. And I'm not going to show my hand. Tomorrow I will have more updates, you guys. Something's being filed tonight. Trying to think about this. Was the judge mad you didn't show? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, most judges are mad that you don't show, but I think the judge is mad about other things, Progressive Patriot. And I will talk to you about that in some other place. Hey,
Are you saying that this judge has some sort of personal bias against you? Like on a personal level? Because does he know you? Is there something that he knows about you specifically that he would have a bias against you? Is that what you're trying to say here? You keep hinting at some sort of impropriety on his part. Like, you can just come out and say it. You just keep hinting.
just the receipts. Is that the real just the receipts?
There's me.
How much proof do you need?
To the email address on this YouTube account. Is that your whole comment?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Email should not count. Email. I'm not going to give myself away, Pyropam, but I'm just going to tell you that I was not served.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. There is no, way around it. I was not served. I can't believe I ran from being served.
Yep.
Where did I run to?
Yep, right out the back door.
I was never served.
Right out the back door.
What does it matter if what I just thought about, just the receipts?
That was a good story, though. Like, Ziggy tried serving her, having her served for the restraining order. I mean, this has been going on for years, and I don't even I think that was 2020. I'd have to look. I know I still have it somewhere. I'm sure I did a video on it. I'm pretty sure I did. I'll have to look for it. Because I remember Ziggy coming back from the court appearance, and her community post was a bunch of emojis. And I was like, what is this, ma'am? It looks like it's supposed to be a celebration, but it means 0. What is this? So, and I didn't think that she had obtained it. I don't think she did. But she said I don't even know. And so Ziggy said that she had her served. And whoever served, I think it was the sheriff's department or something. And whoever tried serving 6UP said that they were at the front door knocking, and they saw her, however they saw her, going out the back door and running out the back door. Like, what? You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, literally ran from being served before. Yeah. And that's a well-known story if you were around back then. It's not like I just pulled it out of nowhere. She's like, what are you talking about?
Let's say that I did. Let's say that somebody came to the door to serve me and I ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still not served.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. You get a lot of gumption to speak in such a tone while having zero idea of what you're talking about. Truly.
Oh my God. I don't even know why you're here. Are you going to cover this?
I'm eating popcorn, watching.
The court has jurisdiction. This is the jurisdictional issue, which is exactly what I said to him, that I was not served. I also don't do business there. Also, this, in my opinion, is not the right venue. All the things. There's multiple things. This court has jurisdiction over the defendant because pursuant to Indiana Trial Rule 44, which proves that any person or organization that is a non-resident of this state submits to the jurisdiction of the courts in this state, or any action arising from the following acts committed by him or her, abusing, harassing, disturbing the peace of any person within the state by act of omission. And I'm just like, when I'm reading this and thinking about what she was able to go in there and pull off, just think about what that means. If this ruling stands, what that would mean.
You're not even comprehending what you're reading. You said you've read this 15 times. I think that you're still, because you did this like the day after, right? I think you were still in such shock about this ruling that you weren't really able to absorb the meaning of it. Because all you're seeing is abusing, harassing, disturbing the peace, right? And you're like, well, she's been doing that to me, okay? It's saying that the court has jurisdiction over you pursuant to this trial rule because the person that is accusing you of doing that is a resident of the state of Indiana. That's all it's saying. And that's why the state of Indiana, where Ziggy lives, has jurisdiction over this case. That's all that trial rule is saying. And you're like, all I can think of is back in 1999 when Ziggy, that you need a cooler head to prevail. I don't know. You probably do need, I don't know. You got to go to legal aid or something because you are unable to just like chill out. I mean, it's the day after. She probably saw this $7,500. She's probably never seen that amount of cash in her account ever in her life. And if she did, it was probably blown within a couple of months. So she probably was panicking. But, I mean, you're trying to break this down for your audience. Oh, look at this. The court has jurisdiction. No, he doesn't. That motherfucker. Like, it's saying why he believes his court has jurisdiction. And he's giving you the trial rule, 4.4a, subsection 8, if you want to look it up. And he quoted it for you. This is why he's saying he has jurisdiction. And you're like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. So he is responding to that. But you're like off the rails.
For everybody on this everybody everywhere. I mean that. You can literally just walk in a courtroom and say, here's a couple clips of a mean-spirited, uncouth bitch in whatever state. She hurt my feelings. She talked about my kid, and I want money. Like, what?
I mean, again, I think you need to look into civil lawsuits. I think you really need to study just like what small claims court is for and when cases can be filed. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to file a small claims case. It really doesn't. You can file it for any reason, truly. It doesn't mean that the ruling is going to go in your favor, but if the defendant doesn't show up or respond, it most likely will. There has to be some merit to your case, but Ziggy proved that there was merit. And I mean, you're proving it right here, really.
Oh my God. Just the receipts. Get the fuck out of here.
Ah!
I ran. Why would I run? And
It's funny because at the beginning of this live stream, she told her mods, no, don't everyone has freedom. Everyone has freedom of speech here. Don't remove anybody unless they're like throwing around insults. And I didn't. I have no reason to. You're like, get the fuck out of here. A pattern. Why are you even here? You gonna cover this? I mean, why not? Why not? You're acting a fool. Lol cow. 6UpMedia.
there was never ever that protection order was also never active because it was never served.
I do believe that's true. I do believe that was never in effect.
Why the fuck?
And you know what? It's not on the state of Indiana court search, on the record search, it's not there.
Do you think that anybody would want to be in litigation with this bitch? Like I want to be litigated against. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Listen, I've been in litigation, okay? I've been the defendant, not for any of this YouTube nonsense, okay? But like real life stuff, I know it's not fun. I know, okay? And typically in life, I'm a pretty cool cucumber for the most part, okay? And court date, when that time came, I was anything but, okay? People who know me would have been like, if they had seen me that day, would have been like, whoa, oh my God. They would have thought I was going to jail or something. I was a nervous wreck. There was no reason to be that nervous. Like, all I had to do was state my case, like, here's what happened, blah, blah, blah. But still, it's very intimidating. Like, no one likes to go to court for any reason, even being a witness. Nobody likes going to court. Nobody likes... You know, you got to get, if you have to go on the stand. Oh my God, it's awful. And I had no, yeah, it's terrible. Like, I know, okay? Like 6UpMedia tried saying that she had all of this courtroom anxiety and, you know, feelings about the justice system. Listen, if you have had any interaction with the justice system in the United States of America, you will also have issues, more than likely. If you're not an attorney, if you're not a judge, if you're not a bailiff, okay, you more than likely also have anxiety and other issues, okay? No matter what your role was, even just being a witness, okay? Everybody goes through that. Everybody. So that's not a reason not to show up. It's not a reason. You can't say, oh, you know, oh, you can't. You can go and show up and have a panic attack. I'm sure they have that happen a lot. I'm sure they do. My point is that no one wants to be in litigation with anybody, okay? And truly, it's, you know, I have had times where it would have been in my best interest to sue people. And I'm not talking about anything online at all. I don't take this stuff seriously at all. At the end of the day, it's one big joke. I'm never going to meet any of you people. I don't take any of you that seriously. A lot of it is a big joke, like, for real. It's an interesting way to pass the time. It can be a hobby, like live streaming and making videos and stuff, but I don't think about it that much when I'm, you know, like this stuff, I don't think about it all when I log off. But, I mean, no one wants to litigate. There have been times in my life where it would have been in my best interest to file lawsuits, and I didn't, because just that feeling of like, oh my God, the process isn't easy. Thinking about I should have legal representation to make it easier for me, but do I really just want to blow? I mean, in my area, well, I mean, in a large city nearby, lawyers that I've spoken to are $800 an hour. Do I really want to spend, like, do I really want to go put down a retainer of $5,000 to sue somebody for $10,000? No, 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 I don't. No, I don't. So no one wants to litigate. Nobody does. And I can imagine that Ziggy really didn't want to either. But you have taken the steps. You have taken the wrong steps to avoid litigation. You have taken the steps to go deeper into litigation with Ziggy. And I think that that's just what you can't see that, though. You're unable to see that. You need somebody like I don't know, like I think you do have like personal friends from your chat. You need one of those people to guide you through the process, I think. That's like a cool head. But it should be somebody who's not been indoctrinated into your 6UP Mafia or Renegade crew or whatever. It should be someone that's a little more impartial. Because the people that have like left comments over here and stuff, it's very bizarre. It's a very bizarre way of thinking, okay? You don't want that kind of person because they're thinking the exact same way as you. You need like a cooler head that can just be like, you know what? Avoiding service and not showing up is just putting you in deeper. It is. I mean, now look, you're still having to deal with her. If you just had shown up because you knew that the court date was the court date, even if you feel that you have avoided service, okay, the judge doesn't feel that you have, but even if you do, you still knew about the court date. If you had just shown up, even if you were completely unprepared, it was a bench trial. There wouldn't have been, like you didn't have a jury. You would just have to go up there and answer questions from the judge and just answer them honestly. That's it. And answer them the best that you can. Even if you were completely unprepared. But you have shown up, you've done your best, and the judge is going to decide. But you didn't give him the option. You just did a complete no-show. A total no-show. So you say you don't want to litigate with Ziggy, but you've just done like the exact opposite steps. You're putting yourself deeper into litigation with Ziggy, and you have said that you're not going to pay her, and you're defying a court order. Now, Ziggy, this is for Ziggy, okay? I don't know if she'll listen to this, but I know that she has some people in her corner that will probably listen to this, so you want to pass this along, if anything, okay? I did see some paperwork on the court website, and I think that you should talk with the Superior Court 2 clerk about how to do this. I don't know how to do it, and especially where 6UP is out of state. But there is a way, there's a form, okay? Listen, I feel like I'm a fairly bright individual. I don't understand the form, okay? I mean, okay? But I think that there is a way to somehow, like, attach. I don't know if she has any property. Probably not. So you can't, like, attach a lien to her property or anything. But we do know, she does her DoorDash or whatever her, like, independent contracting roles are, right? Like, very unstable income. But we do know that monthly she does get some kind of income from YouTube, right? So, and Google is a very reliable payer of a monthly, like on the 21st in the United States, typically we get paid from YouTube. And if there's a possibility that a court order could be issued to Google to have that amount garnished. Now, not like the whole thing, like just like a percentage, like let her have most of her pay, but like every month a percentage comes out and goes to you. And it won't be much, but at least you'll get something from her. But not only that, it's a monthly reminder to 6UP to shut the fuck up. Because she'll see it in her studio. Oh, this month I'm getting this? Okay, cool. And then she'll get her pay direct deposited. Like, that's not what it says in studio. Oh, yeah. Garnished. Ziggy. Just a suggestion. I'd look into it.
I want to be litigated against. What is wrong with you? I mean, can you imagine if Foodie Beauty sued you?
I mean, that would be something else. That would be amazing. Oh, I mean, there's so much I could say about that, but I'm trying to keep this video to this community only, but I could talk about that for like at least an hour. That would be amazing on so many levels, because it would be like between two different countries with different laws. And like, what would she sue me for? Because I don't stalk her and I don't harass her. And I mean, yeah, I don't abuse her. Like, I'm just looking at the document here that you have up on your screen, like what they're saying about you. Let's see. abusing, harassing, disturbing the peace, disparaging comments. I do make some disparaging comments about her. I try to make the majority of my commentary about her to be insightful and actual commentary about different things that she puts out. You know, you can check out my channel if you want to know more about that. But it's definitely and I do get emotional from time to time, but it's when she abuses animals, when she neglects animals. That's really the only time that I get heated, like legit heated. It doesn't happen very often. It's definitely not a nightly thing. Typically, I'm bored with her. I get exasperated. I might sigh. I turn to the chat and we talk about a lot of other things like dentistry and vacuum cleaners and stuff like that. So it's different. It's a lot different than your channel. But yeah, she's been threatening to sue other creators for years, and that hasn't happened. But yeah, hey, I think it would be hilarious. I mean, it'll give me some content. But whatever. I don't know. I'd counter sue in a second. I don't know for what, but I'd think of something. I'd get something from it. Okay, please continue.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unreal. All right. So he says he does have to believe this judge. And look, judges are human beings, you guys. Let's just keep it real. No matter what, they are human beings. They make mistakes. But I'm sorry, this judge, reading this ruling absolutely feels like he is completely biased, clearly very one-sided, and probably just doesn't like me. And now reading this again, seeing that I'm interacting with my chat, then he's watching me. And
I don't get this. This is like serious. I don't know. You've accused a lot of people of substance use over the years, despite being a sober person yourself. That's usually not the way that works from my understanding. But there's a lot of paranoia I'm hearing right now. He has a personal issue with you. Do you know him? Do you know him? Because you keep calling him Judge Higgins. Do you know a Judge Higgins? Is that who you think this is? Maybe you have him confused with somebody else. Is that possible? It's very strange.
would just let you guys think for a minute what kind of people would not most likely like me, and why would that be?
I'm lost. I really don't know. I don't know what she's talking about. Someone's gonna have to give me a clue about this. I don't know.
Do you think? Could it be Aloha? It is Shelby County, Indiana, and it is Judge David Riggins. And yeah, he will be, I will be, actually, don't worry, guys. I will be sending him a letter with all of the things. I have a right to redress my government, and I intend to tell him all the motherfucking things about himself. I do too, legal extraction. Thank you. Yes. Yes, this judge wants attention. He wants a fucking tall, beautiful, long black hair girl like me to rub his bald head to sleep, but he ain't got that. And he's miserable, in my opinion, of course. Just my opinion. And I think that he thought, this is a grifting opportunity for my county as well. We can do two birds, one stone, knock out Ziggy spines and just rob this girl. She don't even live in Indiana.
Ma'am, it's $7,500, not $7.5 million. Grifting? Ma'am, I know that you're probably not that well off, but $7,500 is not ripping anybody off, okay? That's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, okay? This is so strange. This part of it is so strange. You think he's bringing money into Shelby County by in small claims court? Oh my God.
Right? Not gonna fucking happen. Not going to fucking happen. I've never been a fucking fan of Indiana. As you guys know, I've told you, my mother lives close to the state line. Sometimes when I'm in the tri-state area, the Cincinnati metropolitan area, I have to drive through just a little Aurora, Indiana, and I want to puke the whole time. I'm sorry. The comment, okay, we read that. Defendant's comment was harmful to the plaintiff's daughter. We got that. It was malicious, made with reckless disregard. Well, you should know about the reckless disregard that her husband has for his children's life, Judge.
This is the issue, okay? It's the whataboutisms, and I've seen you do this many times. You've really got to stick to the topic. You have to stick to the topic. So what she's referring to right now is the comment about Ziggy's daughter. Okay, they're still talking about the 12-year-old daughter. Her daughter was 12 at the time. This comment is of a sexual misconduct nature and is defamatory per se because it is obviously and naturally harmful and therefore requires no proof of injury. Ziggy doesn't have to prove that her daughter was harmed by your comment. Just the comment alone stands alone that it's fucked up to say that about a 12-year-old little girl. In addition, your comment was, number one, harmful to her daughter's reputation because it would lower other people's opinions of her or deter them from doing business with her or, like being her friend. Number two, malicious as it was made with the reckless disregard of whether it was false. Since neither Ziggy nor her daughter published anything or, put anything like on YouTube or anything relating to your comment, and you presented no evidence that she attempted to determine the veracity of your comment. So you're trying to say that, oh, well, Ziggy said that herself or her daughter said that herself. There's no evidence that Ziggy or her daughter said anything of the sort, and you presented no evidence that you made any effort to show that they did. That's what that says, okay? And he cited case law for you to look at. And I don't know if you've cooled down enough since then. I would recommend that you look up this case law. It's there for you to look up. Kitco Incorporated versus Corporation for General Trade. So he's also saying it was publicized on your YouTube channel, which is open to the public. And as shown on the exhibit, which Ziggy submitted to the court, has several people that comment on it. So it's not a private video that you privated. You privated many of your videos. It's not unlisted. It's a public video. I'm going to search your channel and find it. You probably took it down, though. So because of these three things, your comment was harmful to her daughter. Yeah. And you say, you just start reading reckless disregard and you go into what Ziggy's husband said about so-and-so. You got to stop that. Like, that really, really, really lowers your credibility when you're talking about these issues that you're being sued for. Like, we're not talking about Fred, okay? If you want to talk about Fred, do that on your channel when you're talking about Fred. We're talking about Ziggy's lawsuit against you. This is what really lowers your credibility when you do that.
Did you read about Ziggy's reckless disregard for life when she's driving around her vehicles with a DUI? I bet you did, because she still owes the fines for it. And you guys really want that money, don't you? You want to put an 8%, what is it, interest on a fucking a judgment? They're fun. They're actually funny. When I find these little kangaroo courts, they kind of crack me up. Damages and relief. Let's get to that. Plaintiff requested an injunction or a protection order, but this court, in its small claims capacity, does not have the authority. Your court didn't have the authority to do what it did, dude. I'm sorry. It didn't. But anyway, the law has great respect for free speech. Oh, does it? But do you? Do you, sir, have a great respect for free speech? Because I don't fucking think you do. I think that you don't like when people disagree with you. In fact, I've went online and looked at several of, well, just close people to use social media, and they don't look like they like it either. They look like they like to say whatever they want to, like political wise, but they don't like it when they get it back. So that's interesting too, especially for, aren't you an elected official? I have to look that up. Let's see. Ask.
So she doesn't read the rest of this, of course. The law has great respect for free speech. Free speech doesn't always mean nice, thoughtful, and helpful speech. By creating a public YouTube channel and commenting on various matters, Adrienne Ziggy thrust herself into the public limelight. She cannot expect to be shielded completely from criticism in return. That applies to everybody with a YouTube channel. Everybody. But where the criticism becomes defamation, as was done in this case, liability attaches. As to Adrienne's claim on her own behalf, and this is where he starts attaching damages, money that 6UP has to pay.
You are Indiana. That's who they are. Superior Court. This is going to be bad for you, brother man. Judges elected? Pretty sure they are. Yes, they are. Well, you can bank on not being reelected if I have anything to do with that. I'll go make sure that I'm in Shelbyville campaigning against your fucking bald ass next time. I'm invested now. All right. The law has a great respect for free speech. Free speech doesn't always mean nice, thoughtful, and helpful speech. You're right. It doesn't. Sometimes free speech is hurtful. It'll hurt your fifis. Sometimes somebody will be talking about your kid and all kinds of things, and it's still protected free speech. By creating a public YouTube channel and commenting on various matters, Adrienne, what various matters? Because all she fucking does over there is talk about a missing little girl and me and other people that try to call out her lies. That's it.
I mean, I've seen her, and she does have a second channel. I know I haven't been able to find it though, but I mean, I have seen her do nails. I know she does tarot card readings on another channel, but I don't know. Okay. But it's very different than your channel, 6UP.
That's all there is. Adrienne thrust herself in the public limelight. Yes, she did. She's a limited public figure, Judge. She is indeed. That is why you should not have heard this case, because we are both limited public figures who go back and forth. She cannot expect to be shielded completely from criticism in return, but where criticism becomes defamation, as was done in this case, liability attaches. As to Adrienne's claim on her own behalf, this court finds that the evidence is sufficient to establish liability on awards of $5,000 as damages for decreased revenue over the past 2 years. So Ziggy only got $5,000. Okay. We'll see when we'll learn out. We're going to do a deep dive on him. We'll find out when he's being going up for re-election and all the things.
Deep dive on the judge.
His, political leanings. Let me just tell you guys, they're the complete opposite of me, if that's not shocking. And if you don't think that's a reason for this petty ass fucking bullshit clown ass ruling, I've got a fucking bridge to sell you, because everything that he was saying to her in the courtroom is the almost opposite of what he said in this ruling. He contradicts himself, actually, over and over and over again.
In this ruling?
And I like to point out one more time, and I might do it again, I was not served. I have a fucking constitutional right to be served.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No proof of damage. Nope. Nothing. Nothing. She showed nothing legal extraction. Nothing. He just took her word. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? A judge just saying, okay, I'll just believe. She could have went in there and said she made $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. She didn't show not one fucking lick of proof of that. Can you believe that shit? Don't they take a pledge to protect the law? Yes, they do. And I intend to hold him accountable, TT. And I'm going to tell you the same thing goes for him. It goes for Ziggy. I can do way more damage on this public platform than I can do in any courtroom or filing anything. He is... Here we go with the qualified immunity. Also, I'd like to point out that my channel name is 6UpMedia. If he looked up what you guys, let me just finish reading this. Adrian testified that her revenue has declined because the defamatory posts by Jennifer presented no evidence to rebut these claims.
Right. You presented no evidence to rebut the claims. Yeah. You didn't show up.
So she doesn't have to prove it because I didn't prove it wrong?
Correct.
That's pretty fucked up.
It has to be by the preponderance of the evidence. 51% likely. That's it. It's a civil case. Small claims court. Look it up. Look it up. Okay? Look it up.
Dude. I'm just saying, even it doesn't matter.
Do some research for once.
Or whether I was there or not. You should still make somebody prove their fucking claims. That's incredibly fucked up. Like, okay, because you said it and she's not here. You're actually pathetic. You're a pathetic motherfucker. You don't deserve to be on the fucking bench. Who the fuck elected you? Who are these dumb motherfuckers voting in Shelby County, Indiana? Well, by the way, it definitely wasn't Ziggy and her suspect fucking parolee husband. I'll tell you that. So if you think like you did this and you're going to get more votes, think again. Whatever their differences are, there is zero reason.
So you think you're like the biggest case right now in Shelby County, Indiana? You think you're like the biggest thing going? Do you think you were on the nightly news in Shelby County, Indiana? Do you think you were a big deal? Like, oh, he's up for re-election. Just wait. Oh, you think you made news, huh? Huh, Judge Higgins? You ruled against 6UpMedia? You think you're gonna get re-elected? Think again. Like, really? For $7,500 small claims court, ma'am? Yikes.
To drag Adrian's daughter into the fray. I agree with that. Think the judge is a bigot, Pyro Pam? I think so too.
Yikes.
I think he's a big, huge bigot.
How?
That's exactly what I think. I think you're picking up while I'm laying down.
I don't know what you're talking about. Wow. Yeah, the judge said, whatever their difference, there is zero reason to drag Adrian's daughter into the fray. And 6UP is like, I agree. Like, what? Then why did you? Like, what? What? Oh my God.
Pyro Pam. Good thing that this judge won't be over any appeal. He won't be over the motion that I submit tonight.
Yes, he will.
Ziggy. He won't have any more say. This is all he gets. The next say that this judge gets will be the say that I give him here. And that's that.
That's not correct, but okay.
Jennifer's speech regarding the daughter is simply gratuitous meanness that defames both mother and daughter while attempting to harm
The word was gratuitous. Gratuitous. Yeah. So I made the point earlier that, 6UpMedia, I don't know what her educational level is. And that is not that's not a disparaging comment against that, because, everyone grows up differently. Okay. I did not have the best growing up either. Okay. But I made a concerted effort as an adult to further my education and to not let things from growing up hold me back. Okay. And it takes an extreme amount of effort because it doesn't come naturally when you don't have, backing and support that would naturally push you along. So it takes a ton of effort. But this is just an example that I'm pointing out when 6UpMedia would take content from my Just the Receipts channel and just blatantly show it on her own channel and, and say that, oh, we're going to go over this tonight, like a document that she, like, because I link all of my sources. And she would just click on the link, download the document, and show it on her channel. And not even bother to read it over beforehand to know what she was presenting. And it came across that way, of course. But she would get to a word that she wasn't able to pronounce and she would just skip over it. That's exactly what she just did right here. So it's just an example of that. So it says Jennifer's speech regarding the daughter is simply gratuitous meanness that defames both mother and daughter while attempting to harm the mother by proxy. So she just skips over gratuitous. That's just an example of that.
Jennifer's speech regarding the daughter is simply gratuitous meanness that defames both mother and daughter while attempting to harm the mother by proxy. Well, dude, wait till you hear the shit she's done to me. And Dana, if you don't mind, can you go grab any contact information that you can find? If not, I'll make sure that when I come live tomorrow, that everybody that needs it has Judge David Riggins' contact information. All you have to do really is just call the clerk, and say, I want David Riggins' clerk. And you have every right to redress your government. You have every right to write them. I like to point out, too, that he filed when there were a couple people that were on platform.
So I wanted to be sure to show this, that, one of the people in her chat and this actually shows up on the Shelby County Superior Court 2's website about Judge Riggins, that his term expires as of 2027. So this isn't like some hidden information, but this does remind 6UpMedia to, she's got now like a personal grudge against the judge for ruling against her. Like, sometimes it just is what it is, you didn't show up. But this reminds her of that, to look into him personally.
Dana, if you don't mind, can you go grab any contact information that you can find? If not, I'll make sure that when I come live tomorrow, that everybody that needs it has Judge David Riggins' contact information. All you have to do really is just call the clerk, and say, I want David Riggins' clerk. And you have every right to redress your government. You have every right to write them. I like to point out, too, that he filed when there were a couple people that were on platform that emailed him, and he filed right away that those were whatever, he was not going to pay attention to those emails. Well, that's interesting, but you'll believe Ziggy. You won't take emails for proof.
Ziggy was a part of the lawsuit. Your buddies are not. And why are you asking a person from your chat who just got some information about when his term expires to go ahead and go scurry and find Judge Riggins' clerk, their information, their email address and phone number, that you have a right to address your government? I'm pretty sure they're only going to take information from Indiana residents or parties to this lawsuit. Like I don't think that fielding phone calls and emails from people from all over, God only knows from where, saying you did 6UpMedia wrong. I don't think that's going to help you on Tuesday. If he didn't want to read those letters that were sent in, I don't think that's going to help you out. I think that's going to make things even worse for you. You know, they have a lot of work to do in the courthouse, and answering phone calls from people who aren't a party to this lawsuit, wasting their time. You should think things through before you go live, I think.
On my behalf, after not even being served or being able to be there to defend myself, but you will, yeah, interesting. Yeah, it doesn't look good for him at all. It's really bad, actually. And we are going to compare, you guys, the way the hearing went down and the way he spoke to Ziggy and all the things he pointed, he kept telling her, that's not harassment. That's not all the things, right? And then he flipped. I wonder what would make him do that. There can only be a few things, right? Just saying. Yeah, he said it was ex parte, which I told him that's cool. But again, people have every right to redress their government. Jennifer's speech. Okay, no evidence was offered to establish the amount of damage suffered by the plaintiff's daughter, but such is not necessary. But it's okay, Ziggy. Again, you're never going to get a penny. And I heard you over there I thought that you did this all in an attempt to get me to shut up about you. Well, what changed? Because I'm never going to shut up about you. You're never going to get $7,500 from me. So why were you celebrating? I thought that that's what you wanted, was me to shut up.
No wonder you deleted this. No wonder you deleted this. Now, Ziggy, if you want it, I will email you the transcript. I have it. I actually downloaded it in Excel format, which has the original YouTube link and each timestamp for everything that she says. So, and of course, I have the whole video. And I'll upload that to a different channel on an unlisted link, I think, and I'll send that to you. Because, I mean, this is just stupid. This is stupid. Like you have a court order against you for defamation. Like you have actual damages. Nominal damage. You have not nominal damages. You have $7,501 that you have to pay because of your mouth. Because of your mouth. And you're like, you're not going to shut me up? How? I mean, I don't... Yeah. Do you want to live the rest of your life hiding from different courts? And oh my God, you can't drive through the state of Indiana? What a way to live. God.
Never going to happen again. You have no control. This judge has no control either. There's a piece of paper. We can do a lot of things, and they're coming up, guys. Don't fucking get me twisted. People think that this is it.
Someone's saying that they could sign a petition to, okay, about what? Are you going to have ChatGPT write the petition? Justice for 6UpMedia. Let her run her mouth. It's her right. It's her right to run her mouth and talk about a 12-year-old little girl with sex toys. Fucking piece of shit. I mean, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What does her daughter have to do with any of this? God. Seriously, what is wrong with you? Yikes. All right, let's finish this up. I'm getting tired of hearing her voice.
If you guys think it's it, then I don't know what to say. I really don't. Yeah, Ziggy won a $7,500 judgment against me. She sure did. Way to go, Ziggy. It's nuts. And again, also want to reiterate, please, guys, I'll tell you the firm, even Morgan and Morgan. I spoke to an attorney there for almost an hour. Okay, wow. I had my free consultation.
Yeah, it is free
to defend myself against this litigation.
Oh my God!
All of the above litigation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This attorney.
Yeah.
that is licensed in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana
Pretty much all 50 states.
told me, if you are not physically served, Jennifer,
Right.
that meaning if you do not get the papers in your hand and you sign for it, don't you dare go to that court. Like, until you're served, they cannot hold this hearing. And this judge went ahead without me being served and held the hearing anyway. And I'm sorry, but the way he held the hearing versus what he ruled are night and day. So,
well, you had time to think about it, you know.
And it's written like crap. It's trash.
Not. What?
And it's all, every single fucking bit of it is a fucking lie. I never have released anything on this channel that was not out in the public, right out, except for the messages that have came out just in the last couple weeks.
Oh, good. That was it. We're at the end. Oh my God. Jeez, that was like over an hour. I might try to edit some of that down. Oh my God. Because I had the timestamps and like there would be like a little bit of jibber jabbering in between each timestamp. And I'm like, let me just let it. Oh my God. So it added up kind of, I think. Wow. Woo. So yeah. Hey, if you're listening along for entertainment for the most part, like I am, if you learn anything from this, like I did, it's just to keep your mouth shut, you know, when in doubt. Yeah, just shut your mouth. When in doubt, shut your mouth, okay? Seriously. And if you're in litigation, of all things, my God, Ziggy actually did the right thing. She stayed offline. Oh my God. Wow. She went back and deleted everything. Now, I still have a whole other live stream from her, which I believe is shorter. I believe is a lot shorter. So maybe we could react to that one.